Okay, you need to, first of all, let's stop talking. Let's get focused, be on the same page. You can work ahead if you understand, but there are some misconceptions in the review to make sure, not misconceptions, there's some things I don't want you to make a mistake on because you're not reading it correctly. All right, first thing, you have this formula chart, the yellow formula chart, on your desk. Okay, so I want you to recognize that on the yellow formula chart, you'll get to use this on your test, and it has the standard form, it has the slope-intercept form, it has the slope formula. So you don't have to memorize them, you just have to know how to use them. Okay, so if you need it, it'll be there for you tomorrow. Now, first thing, we have to recognize that the rate of change and slope mean the same thing. So I'm saying to get the most accurate answer for a linear equation is to use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That is the best way. Now, you are going to have to find slope or rate of change from a table, from a graph, and from points. Now, the reason why I suggest the formula, is the best way is because sometimes your table doesn't have a constant increment of change. So like if I'm looking at number of apples to seeds, the first column would be the x, the second column would be the y. X comes before y. So just make sure in any table, the first is your x, the second is your y. If I look on this table, it's going from 30 to 7 plus 40 plus 40. You see how this is our change in y. And it's the same. Get this written down and stay focused. Now, I'm always doing the y compared to the x, respectively to x. So if I look here, 3 to 7 is plus 4, plus 4. I think in a situation like this, because you see the same amount every time, it's easy to write the change in y over change of x, which would be that your slope, m is your symbol for slope, would be that plus 40 over that plus 4. And then it would reduce to 10 over 1, which is just 10. So your rate of change would be described, like if I had to describe it, this represents that you get 10 seeds per 1 apple. Okay? I'm not going to ask you to put in words. I'm just going to ask you to get to that number. All right? Now, the reason why I want you to use your formula as the best way, because if you go down to number 4, the next table, I do give you your x and y, but if you look here, it goes 12 to 3, that's minus 9. But then here, it goes 3 to negative 10.5. That's a negative 13.5. You see how they're different numbers here? Yeah. Okay, don't let that confuse you, okay? From here to here is a negative 18, okay? Is that minus 9? Yeah, minus 9, negative 9, negative 13.5. Yeah, it can be. So to me, I think the best way, like, it's even here, there's different numbers here. From a negative 2 to 0, that's plus 2. But then 0 to 3, that's plus 3. And then 3 to 7, that's plus 4. 13.5. So what I would say is use your formula. y2 over y1 over x2 minus x1. And then you just pay attention, guys. Because if you see different numbers here, it works. But for some people say, oh, this is not the same. It's not the constant. So I'm going to get a different answer. This formula will get you the answer every time. All you have to do is look at 2 points, 2 order pairs. See how I circled the first 2? It does not matter. Okay? You just have to have 2. That's why I circle 2, so you can circle 2.
And then we do like the y2, so it'll be 3 minus 12
Yep.
over 0 minus 2.
0 minus a negative 2, yep. And so you would end up with a negative 9 over positive 2. And there is your slope. So I'm saying use your formula because the formula always give you the answer, because I know you know other methods, but you might get messed up on the increments, the change, okay? So like on number 5, if I was asking for the rate of change here, what would be an approach to this? Yeah, I would do the same thing. I would do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Did anyone want to do rise over run? Anyone thinking about doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do that, what answer do you think you're going to get? If you were to count rise over run.
I got negative 3 over 3.
Okay, negative 3 over 3. All right, I'm going to just write that down. Here's why I say the formula is the best one, because you have to pay attention to your increments, your scale. So look at the graph, right? If I'm at 1 right here and I go down, that is an increment of 2. I went from 10 to 8.
Oh, so it'll be negative 6.
Yeah, so this is 2, 4, 6. So negative 6 here. And this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this is not right. It should be negative 6 over 2. I mean, over 3, excuse me. Yeah, then it would work. If you use your points, you get the same answer. So this would be 4 minus 10 on the top and 4 minus 1. This gives me a negative 6 over 3. Again, I get the same answer. You see that right here?
So wouldn't it be easier to use the x2?
Right. This is why I say this is the most accurate, the best way.
Wouldn't that be negative 2?
Yeah, the final answer is a negative 2. Yes. Oops,
I have
sorry.
a question though.
Yes.
How do you know which one is the y2 or which one is the y1?
It doesn't really matter. It's just long as you keep the same one. So like I could say this is x2 and this is y2 and this one x1 and y1. You just need a label. Even if I did it the other way around.
So I could do 10 minus 4.
Yeah, if you do 10 minus 4, then you have to do 1 minus 4. You see what I'm saying? If you went here to here, from 10 to 4, you have to go in the same with the x's, 1 to 4.
Okay. That's because I have trouble figuring out which one's y2 and which one's y1.
Well, then I would say label it. You decide. Put the x2 and y2 on there. And then put the x1 and y1. Are we okay with using the formula to get to the answer? So like if you get to something like, now we get to number 4, if 2, 1, and 3, 4 are 2 points on the graph, what is the slope of the graph? We can, now we could see right off the bat. Oh, sorry, I want to make that x1. x1, y1, x2, y2. We're going straight to the formula. So m equals, what numbers go on top?
4 minus 1.
Yep, 4 minus 1 on the top. And then what number is going?
3 minus 2.
3 minus 2.
Answer's 3.
Simplify this. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. Yep, our slope is 3. We are done.
I got a calculator.
Yeah, I'll get some out. Okay. Yes, let me do that. Let me pause this. So if you make sure, I think so far what I was noticing was computation error. So make sure you type in.
So the v is 2.
Yeah, the v is 2. And then we see the other point. They actually give us the points.
Negative 2 over
No.
5 over 2. 5 over, negative 5 over 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 over 2.
Yeah, you should be counting down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's negative 5. And that's 2.
I did it going up and inside. Is that still fine?
That's still fine because then when you go up, that's a positive 5.
But it's still negative.
And then there's still a negative 2. Yes. It's just.
Y equals
Negative 5 over
negative 5 over 2 plus 2.
Yeah. That's the equation. Kaden, yes. On a problem like this, they might just ask for the slope, so you just have to give me the rise over run. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not sure.
0 slope.
Very good. Way to recognize it.
The other one.
Yes, Kaden. Why do you think you have a review packet? Okay, look. I'm not sure. Do y'all recognize that this is, oops, sorry. The line is down here,
Yeah, 0.
right? Do y'all see the type of line it is?
Oh yeah, that's an undefined line.
0.
Zero.
The other
Why?
is undefined.
Undefined is like this. Oh,
Yes, there we go. So look, I just highlighted the line. If you want to remember the acronym, the little acronym OI for horizontal, okay? And then that means that this is a 0 slope. So M equals 0 here. Are we okay on that?
And the next one is undefined.
The next line is right here. I don't know if y'all see it. Yep. Come on, why is it not clicking? Oh, that's why. Look, sorry, guys. There's the number 9. Make sure you can pick the correct line. So this one is a vertical, which means our slope here is undefined. All right, but let's talk about some things, guys. Y'all understand the difference between horizontal and vertical? Okay, so if it's a horizontal line, how is the equation? Yeah, it's y what? Not 0. Y'all not listening, and some of y'all need to. The y-intercept. If it's a horizontal line, it is y equals that. Y equals a -3. That is right. Y'all not listening. Stop. If it's a vertical line, how would the equation be? Yeah, because it's x equals, it touches the x-axis. Where does it touch the x-axis? At -1. So you have to be able to recognize the difference between them. All right. How would I find the rate of change for 10 and 11? What are you going to?
Y2 minus Y1.
Yeah, I'm going to.
X2.
All right, let's look at 11 together. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. I want you to set it up. Set up number 11. Check your understanding. If you get your Y2s, that should be a -2 minus 7 on top. Negative minus a -11. Don't mess up with your signs. So let's see if you simplify this correctly. How would we write next?
The answer is -1.
Negative what?
No, it's undefined because the x is 0. X.
This is -9 over 0.
Oh, that we just simplify.
No, this would not be 9. Why is this not 9?
Because x can't be 0.
You can't have 0 at the bottom. This answer is undefined. And then if it was 9, it would have to be 9 over 1.
Yeah.
Sorry.
True that.
Right? Okay, so let's just make
I don't.
good problem solving approaches. So now on section 2, sorry, I'll have it up on both. Make sure you understand the slope intercept form versus the standard form.
When you get done with
Yes. So slope intercept form versus standard form. If you don't remember the two, I put an example of each. This is on your formula chart. Okay. So you have to know the parts. In the slope intercept form, what is our slope? In the slope-intercept form, what part represents the slope? Mm-mm. I always circle this, guys. It is not, I don't circle the X. I just circle the M. So I have a delay, sorry. I know y'all not seeing what I did. So circle just the M and make sure that's the part that's just the slope. You don't include X. All right, where's the y-intercept? Yeah, the B is the y-intercept, okay? So, I'm gonna just do a couple. I'll probably do like a little zigzag. So, on number 13, okay, we want the equation to be in this form, y equals mx plus b. That's our form. They want you to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So that's why when I do something like this and I see the equation, I circle what's in front. What's the answer? Oh, do you already got this? That's why you're not paying attention to me? Yeah. What's your answer? Can I read it off your paper? Okay, that's. We've got to do better. M is what? M is a -3. And there's no B, so what do we write? B equals 0. I know I'm saying it, and it's not, I know there's a delay, but I'm saying it, so you should be able to write what I'm saying, right?
So it'd be y equals -3.
No, I already have the equation, Amanda. It's y equals a -3x is the equation. From the equation, I'm pulling out the m and the b. The slope is your m, the y-intercept is your b.
12, you're supposed to write the equation.
12, you're supposed to write the equation, yes. Okay, so look at 14. Again, they want us to find the slope, which is the m, and the y-intercept, which is the b. Yep, write it. Minus the 2x on both sides of the equal sign.
5y equals -2x plus 20.
All right, write it. That's good.
Divide by 5. It would mean y equals
Divide everything by 5, okay?
-2/5 plus 4.
Yep, plus 4. Okay, so from that, what is our slope?
M equals -2/5.
Yeah, m equals, we just circle what's in front of the x, a -2/5. And what's our b?
4.
B is 4. Okay, remember, this represents a point on the graph. So this point would be 0, 4. Okay? That represents the point on the y-axis. So that would be 0, 4. All right, so let's look at 17. Look at 17. They want, again, what is just the slope? So I'm looking for the m.
The slope is 2.
No.
Would you
do -2.
No. Yeah, we're on 17. I can't say 2 because it does not look like this, mx plus b.
Oh, so can we
divided by
switch
3.
it?
We can't subtract, nope. There, you divide everything by a -3 to get the y isolated. So that will cancel out the number in front. Now we have y equals, it's in order, but it just didn't solve for y.
Y equals -2/3.
-2/3x
-2.
minus 2. So from here, now you should be able to tell me what the slope is.
Is 2/3.
Yeah, the slope in here now would be this -2/3. So m equals -2/3. Sorry for the delay. Come on. Maybe I'll get closer. It'll work. All right, so we understand trying to find slopes and y-intercepts.
What is y equals?
Huh?
What is m equals?
The -2/3. Okay, so yes, you physically can see it right there. Oops, I meant to put that in blue. Sorry, here it is.
Go up 7.
B equals negative.
2.
All right, so we're gonna go up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7/2. X minus 3.
There we go. Y equals 7 over 2x minus 3. There's our answer.
And for 20, it's 0.
That's the slope. I want the equation. So let's jump to 20, because some of y'all are looking at that.
Oh, it's a delayed version.
Yeah.
Y equals 7 over 3x.
It's
7 over 2.
Sorry, minus 3.
Yeah. Let me connect it this way. Maybe there won't be so much of a delay. All right. So number 20. We're writing the equation. Okay, we're writing the equation. If you're not too sure what line I'm focusing on for number 20, it is this horizontal line. That horizontal line. All right, so get it up there. Hey, come on.
Would number 19 be y equals negative x plus 3?
Number
Minus 3.
No. It's not
For
negative.
what?
for number 19,
Oh, I thought you were talking about
negative what?
Or y equals negative x plus 3.
Yep, very good.
20. The B is negative 3.
What? For 20?
Okay, on 20, the B is what?
Negative 3.
Yeah, but what's our equation? What would the equation be? This is what we just talked about. You gotta memorize it.
It's gonna be under.
It's going to be 0?
That's the slope. I want the equation. Okay, so this goes back to what I was showing you guys. Oi, and then Vux. What does the H represent? Horizontal. What does this O really mean?
0.
Zero slope. What is this Y? Y equals y-intercept. Yes, so this is going to be y equals negative 3. That is the equation.
So anytime it's a horizontal line, it's just say y equals the b.
Yeah, y equals to b. Yes. Now, if it's a vertical line, I don't know if y'all can see that the line is actually right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's vertical. V is for the vertical. Okay. What is the U for?
Vertical.
No, the U.
Oh, undefined.
Undefined slope. Okay. And then what does this X represent?
X-intercept.
X equals the x-intercept. Okay, so that happened right here at -1. So this equation is x equals -1, and we're done. So you have to just recognize and memorize the different ways for horizontal versus vertical.
I was going to say y equals -1, but you said x.
Yeah.
So we can't put this like undefined or zero?
No, not when I want the equation. If I ask for the slope, you can put that. But if I want the equation, it needs to be y equals the y-intercept or x equals the x-intercept. Okay. We did these yesterday. Who remembers what we're going to need to do to get to our correct answer choice?
Find the y.
Find the y-intercept. Okay, you can physically see on this graph here. What is that b going to equal?
B equals 4.
All right. Then we need another exact point to get to our slope.
You can go diagonal a little.
Yep, I did that. So what would the m end up becoming?
Can I just
One.
go?
Nope.
1 to the right 2.
Down 1
To the right 2.
to the right 2. So -1/2. There it is.
Can't we just X out C and D?
Why would I X out C and D? Because of 8? No, this is wrong. What form is this in? All of these answer choices.
They're into x. It's supposed to be y. It was supposed to be x.
Yeah, it's supposed to be y. These are standard form, guys. Y'all have to recognize that. Why is this standard form?
AX plus BY equals C.
Yeah, it's the AX plus BY equals C. Sorry. The X and the Y are together on the left side of the equal sign. All of these are on the left side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, but this, I can't get the slope or y-intercept by looking at this standard form. I have to have y equals mx plus b to match the slope and y-intercept. So what did we do yesterday? That's all I'm asking, because we had some multiple choice on our extra examples.
We do
Try to
minus
find,
2x, minus 2x,
Okay, so we did minus 2x.
and then it would be y equals
negative
negative 2x plus 4.
Okay, so if I look at this equation, does this match what we need over here?
No,
No, it does not. Why?
because
because of 2x.
Because, yeah, that negative 2x. We want a slope of a negative 1/2. Do y'all see the difference?
yeah.
This has a negative 2. We want a negative 1/2. So I don't want to pick A. Okay? Can I pick B? Should I?
No.
No. Do y'all see how these are the same, but they just changed the sign? Because this would end up being a positive 2x. So I'm going to cancel out B. Now I need to check C. So minus x
It would be
minus,
2y equals negative x plus 8
yep. And then what would you have to do next?
divided by 2,
Divide everything by 2.
and then it would be y equals negative 1 over 2
Plus 4.
x. Yeah,
Yeah, negative 1 over 2x
plus 4.
plus 4.
That does match.
That does match. So when I check, I'm checking that you can get to the slope and to the y-intercept. I know there's a delay. I'm trying to change it so we won't even use this. Oh, I know what I'll do. Let's connect that. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. You see what I said? Right there. There's the negative 1/2. There's the plus 4. You have to change it to y equals mx plus b. That's the only way you can see the slope and y-intercept from the equation. All right, let's talk about the last section. So let's go to the back. I put a little note for you. When graphing linear equations, use y equals mx plus b, meaning the equation needs to be in this form because you're going to start with the b and then use the slope to graph more points. So like on number 24, what is the b?
5.
5. So on the y-axis, that's this vertical line, you count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plot that point. Because our b equaled 5. And what would our slope be in this equation?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So how would I move?
Down 1 to the right 1.
Yeah, so it's negative 1 over 1. So down 1 to the right 1. There's our point. Repeat it. Down 1 to the right 1. Do we see what our line's doing? It's decreasing here.
Yeah. So you do 4 lines, right?
Yep, you can do 4 points on this one.
Do we need to draw?
Yeah, you need to draw the line. Going through the points, through the graph. Okay. Remember, the line is continuous. So that's why we have those arrows on it.
Do we have to draw the arrows?
No, I can't. I mean, you just got to recognize that it's continuous. It doesn't stop. That's what the arrows are for, to show you. Okay, so what about 26?
It would be negative, 5. It would be 5.
Negative 3.
No, negative 3.
Yeah, on 26, do you see what happened here?
They
They switch.
They switched it. So I'm just going to rewrite it. It should be 5x minus 3. Yes, Dominic?
For 30, is that a typo?
For what?
For number 30.
What?
Period.
Yeah, the period should have been next to the number.
Okay.
Okay, so 5x minus 3, guys.
So you would do negative 3 on the graph,
Negative 3 on the y-axis. There it is. That's our b.
and then m is 5.
So our m is 5. So how do I move?
Go up 5 and to the right 1.
Yep. 5 over 1, so that means I'm going up 5 to the right 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right 1. Do you see that I can't go anymore because I ran out of room? and I can't go down 5. I'm out of room. So we're just drawing our line through those points.
And number 28.
There we go.
Your B would be 2,
Mm-hmm.
and your M would be 2 over 5.
Yep, very good. Can I talk about 27 though?
Yeah.
What would we need to do here on 27?
Move the X, gonna be
Yep.
-5y.
We need it to look like this, right? We need it to look like that. So yes, we have to move the X.
5y minus, so,
So that becomes -5y equals -2x. Don't forget your sign plus 10. Now what?
Divide -5.
Yep, everything by -5. All right, -5, -5. So y equals the -2/5 x minus 2. So where do we start to graph this?
Your B,
Wait.
-2.
Yep, put a point at a -2 on the y-axis. And
plus 2 or minus?
-2. And then you would go down 2 to the right 5.
there we go, down to, because this is our slope, the -2/5. So -2/5 means down 2 to the right 5. Now I can't repeat that, right? I run out of room. So what is another way to get to a point?
Go up.
Yeah, up 2, and then to the left 5. You do the opposite, right? So start at the y-intercept.
You can't go.
1, 2.
5.
Oh, you can.
Is it -2 or -4?
It's negative.
It's -5.
No, what I'm saying is that you gotta go up.
I went in the opposite direction.
You gotta go up to the left.
Yes, that's what we did. All right, and now we can draw a point through the line through these points. Sorry. Now, let me get rid of that. I think it will go away. There we go. On 29, let me erase this so you can see the equation. Sorry. All right.
Would that be a 0 line?
What do you mean a zero
I
line?
mean, a 0 slope?
Yeah, it is a zero slope. So how would you graph this?
You just put on 4, make a straight line.
Okay. All right. So if I put it on 4, where's the straight line?
Left to right.
Yeah, left to right. Yes, like that. You're right.
How would you do 30?
Okay.
It's pretty much the same. Oh, wait. It's going up and down, right?
Yes. So on the x-axis, you go to 4, and now go up and down. Yes. This one's vertical, remember? If it's x equal a number, it's vertical. If it's y equals a number, it's horizontal. Okay? All right, so on 32, what would we need to do to graph?
Subtract the
Divide
4x.
No, subtract 4.
Yeah, subtract the 4x first.
Y -4x plus 1.
Okay, let me write what you just said. -y equals -4x plus 1. All right.
We divided by -1.
Yeah, don't forget your sign. We can't have this negative. So -1 is what we're dividing by.
We said 4, then y equals 4x.
4x
1.
minus 1. There we go. Questions on that? So where do we start to graph this?
So you would do -1, and then you go,
-1
yeah,
Mhm.
and you go up 4 to the right 1.
to the right one. All right. You see, we're gonna run out of room here.
And to the left one?
So then I can go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the left 1. There we go. Yep. Very good. Okay. If you're done, I'll come by and stamp it. You can turn it in if you want to. It is technically due tomorrow. Okay. It is a grade. It will be checked. I'll stamp it for extra credit because it's done early. If you want to keep it to study, you can.
Like I said,
Yes.